All right, everybody, welcome to the stream. So, like the video, let's do this. All right. So, as usual, let's look at what we have and if we have anything interesting for us. So, we got on this trade yesterday. We got in at somewhere around there. Our stops were around that level, and we were targeting the high of the day. But as you can see, we actually got out somewhere around there. So we got out at about one hour. Now the reason we got out is because this took too long. You know, our trades are supposed to be over in about 1 hour, and I like closing my trades or trades that hit TP in that session, at most 2 sessions. But in this case, we got out in the Asian session, but price looks like it's going to hit TP. So I don't know what this says about my trading style. Maybe it's about my patience. And yeah, anyway, that's just a by the way. Let's continue. All right. So far, we have nothing in particular that is interesting, but it's still early in the session. So let's wait and see what happens. Now, as we wait, I'm backtesting this fast bounce strategy. And I've decided I'm going to look at all the pairs that I have last week for the last 1 month and look at when we have the news, which pairs give us reasonable setups that align with the way that I trade. Because from the videos we watched yesterday, it seems like the underlying principle is wait for the candle to close, the news candle, wait for the first bounce, and then look for the continuation. But also you must have a bigger setup in play. That way the news is just a catalyst towards the direction of your trade. So let's do this as we wait for the setups to form. So let's start with USD JPY. And last week, we had a very good week where we had a lot of news. So all we'll just do is look at the signals that we have and then look at what the news actually did. So we had news Monday to Friday. So Monday sets the high of the week. Tuesday, we have a failed breakout. So as you can see here, so if we have a failed breakout, it means sell on Wednesday. Now, on Wednesday, let's look at Forex Factory. All right, let's look at what happened on Wednesday. When was the news? All right, on Wednesday, we had news at 8:15 and 10 a.m. and 12 a.m., 12 p.m. So, all right, let's see 8. So we have 8 and 8:15 and 10. So at 8:15, so 8 to 8:15. 8:15, the news didn't really do anything. Now remember, our bias is to sell. All right. Again, at 9, at 10, is it 10? Yes, at 10 a.m. So 9:30, 9:45 to 10. The 10 a.m. candle engulfs these 1, 2, 3 candles even though it does not break structure to the downside, now we have a template and a place where price can go to. So this area, if I see a week, a news week like this is an area where price can potentially go back to. So let's see what happened. Now, of course, it's the first bounce trade. So after the candle closes at 10 a.m., we look for a continuation setup. How does a continuation setup look like? To me, what I'll just be looking for is a pump and dump setup scenario where we have buyers coming into the markets and then we look for an opportunity to sell to them and then we ride the wave back down. So if we look at price action here, we have buyers coming into the market and then we break structure. So this is the area where we broke structure to the downside. And then we had a 1, 2, 3. So this would have been the entry, stops a few pips above this high, and then we would be targeting this area here. And what happened? And I think I talked about this last Monday. Yeah, last Monday. I don't know if it was on a live session, but I think I talked about this. And this could be a really interesting setup. So it took however long it took, because again, we had news later that day. But eventually, price came back to that level. So USD JPY cooperated because, so if we just break this trade down, we have signal day, which is FBO. And then price comes back to the high of the week. And then the news actually engulfs the high. When I say the high, engulfs the high, I mean the news, rather than breaking out and continuing explosively to the high, it actually gave us a big engulfment candle, which is a signal that we have very bearish momentum. And so if we are looking for the first bounce, we wait for buyers so that we can sell. And then we have to look for area where we are going. Right? So simply put, that's USD JPY. So let's delete all this and go to Euro GBP. So USD JPY, everything is intact. Yes. Now for Euro GBP, so we have Friday there, and we have Monday here. And so Monday sets the high and the low of the week. Tuesday breaks out as a failed breakout. So we have this failed breakout on Tuesday, which is a signal we sell on Wednesday. Now, on Wednesday, we've seen we had news at 10. So, meaning with this strategy, if you look at a lot of pairs, you might get confused. So, interesting. Very interesting. All right. So the news actually pinned. It was a pin, like just as USD JPY did. Then, of course, we start looking for our buyers. So far, we are still creating lower lows. We've not broken structure to the downside, to the upside. This is the only place we break structure to the upside. And I think we get this engulfment candle. This is way too much, because we would be targeting an area where this pin would be. And this is an interesting concept, because I remember this video from Stacy Buck once. He said, if you see a pin at the high, so say for example you have a high like this, and there's a news or something. I think he said, if you see a pin like that, then expect that price might come back to retest this pin before reversing. So this is something that has stayed with me up to now, and it's something that I use even in my strategy. When I see pins, all I do is just adjust the high and wait for price to come back to that level to stop hunt that pin, and then boom, for the reversal back down. So for GBP card, the setup is not as good as UJ. So let's move on to GBP card. So we have Monday setting the high and the low of the week. Tuesday is an inside day. Wednesday closes as a failed breakout. So this is the high of the week. This is the close on Wednesday. Meaning, in this case, we did not get any new setup on GBP card. Now, on Thursday, we are selling. So on Thursday, we had news at 8:30. So where is 8:30? We don't have any major significant move. So, interesting. So we look for setups that give us a news catalyst at the high or at the low. All right. So what do we do? On Friday now was the CPI. And we had CPI, yes, NFP, not CPI, NFP at 8:30. So 8:15, 8:30. We are looking to sell. So yes, I would wait for 9:30 and I will start looking for bullish. So we have some uptrend, we have a break of structure here, we have a retest, we have an engulfment candle, and that is how we get stopped out. Because obviously price continued going higher. Interesting. So what if after there, so if the news is at 8:30, we follow the specific criteria. So we wait for the price to break out of the high, and then so nope, this is too much information. So yeah, very interesting. All right. And in this case, the candle, if you are selling, maybe, I don't know, maybe the candle would have closed bearish, but the candle closed very bullish. So if, say, I knew I was looking for a fast bounce setup in this direction, so in the direction going up, what would I wait for? So we have this broken structure. So it's a small downtrend. and then I would wait for a break of structure to the upside, a retest, and an engulfment candle. So this is what would have been my entry. My stops are below this low. And what are we targeting? It's another very, where are we targeting? Do we have any specific target from the previous? Very interesting. So if anyone is watching and you trade the first bounce strategy, where is your target? What are you targeting? Like, where is the next area where we have money? Because this seems very confusing. Moving on, Eurocard. What did Eurocard do throughout the week? So we have Monday setting the high and the low. Tuesday closes as a failed breakout at the low of the week, telling us to buy on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we had 8, 15, and 10. So what did 10 do? We are inside. So I don't know about this. I don't know about anything about trading on the inside because we are inside. So anyway, price breaks out, closes outside of the range. Then again, and so NFP closes very bullish. So again, I don't know. We looked at oil. Where is it? 30. Wait, 5th of August. Yes. So NFP had no major impact on oil. Very interesting. All right. All right. So this one, Monday, sets the high and the low of the week. Tuesday is an inside day. Wednesday closes as a failed breakout. But also, we break out of the high of the week. So, interesting. Let's see how this behaves. So, do we have buyers in the market? Yes, we do. And we break out, break of structure, retest, engulfment at 513 outside of our timing window. Nothing really interesting for us. Moving on. All right. Do we have anything interesting so far? All right. So, nothing. nothing for us to look at right now. All right, so let's continue. You are at USD CHF. So you have Monday, Tuesday breaking out, Wednesday closing as a failed breakout. And then Thursday, we had news at 2:30 a.m. All right. So 2:15, 2:30. Boom. Now, this is a very good, interesting setup. So we have a sell signal on Wednesday. On Thursday at 2:30, price gives us, oh, all right. So we have a pump. So in the London session, how would we approach this? So this is very tricky, very, very tricky. Because with hindsight, it's very easy to look at the charts and know, wait for price to come back to the high. And when it came to the high, what was the price action looking like? So price comes back to the high, gives us a break of structure, gives us an engulfment at 823 for the move down. And this is a massive move down. But again, Thursday we have 2:30 and 8:30. So was it an did it accelerate the trade, or what is happening here? Interesting. So why is 8:30, 8:15 to 8:30? 8:30, we didn't have any major impact, but this was a very interesting setup. So if anyone caught this move, please comment your thoughts, because but in the New York session, where is the news? 8:30. So what happens? All right, so Euro JPY. So we have Monday setting the high and the low, failed breakout on Tuesday. Wednesday breaks out, closes outside of the range. Thursday is a failed breakout. Friday, NFP at 8:30. All right, so NFP closes like that. So it closes as a pump. And so we have that break of structure retest. Where would we be targeting? This low. What happens? All right. So what's the difference between the Euro JPY and the USD JPY trade? It was on a Friday. Was it on a Friday or on a Wednesday? We got the entry way above here. The move back down to the pin, while Euro JPY, it was a small pin, smaller than, so the target was different. All right. What about GJ? So we have Monday setting the high, Tuesday failed breakout, Wednesday breaks out, Thursday failed breakout. Friday, where is 8:30? So 8:30, it's a small area to go. All right. So Monday, Tuesday breaks out, closes outside of the range. Wednesday again, Thursday failed breakout. Then Friday, where is it? 30. A pin to the upside. All right. This was a pump and dump scenario. You have the break of structure retest. So entry there, stops above that level. What happened? All right. I feel stressed. Maybe it's because I don't know. I don't know. But I can feel myself craving something to suit me. We have nothing interesting so far. Although this looks like a move that could go down. Anyway, I don't know. I have no clue. So nothing for us. All right.